Now is Jeffrey Bloodworth. He's a political analyst at Gannon University. Jeffrey, good morning. Nice to see you once again this morning. So this is a big day for the president, for Democrats and Republicans who seem to have found some common ground on an issue. Let's begin with Trump's reversal. Why do you think he has changed his mind on releasing these files?
I think House Republicans who are already facing political headwinds see that the Epstein controversy is something that could cost them their House seat in November of 2026. And so he was going to lose the vote in the House. And so, you know, he got in front of it and says he is endorsing a vote that he knew he was going to lose.
What happens next, then? It's expected, as you point out, and we've been reporting that it will pass through the House easily. But once it gets to the Senate, then what?
Well, I mean, the Senate, from what we can tell, will probably pass it, although I'm not totally convinced. That a third of the Senate is up in 2026, and so that means 2/3 of the Senate are not going to be facing a re-election in the same way that House Republicans were. And so one could see the Senate try to stymie and slow the vote. Even if the Senate passes it, Donald Trump, his Justice Department, has a new investigation into Democrats associated with Epstein, which will further slow the release of the files. And even if you look at Trump's statement in which he backed the release of the files, he said, you know, all files that the House is kind of entitled to. So this is going to be a slow burn controversy, I think, in which all the files are not going to be released, even if some are released. So this is going to continue on into 2026. And we heard the president say that this is a Democratic controversy more than a Republican one.
Does the president have the power and authority to bypass all of this? Can't he just say to the DOJ, release the files without having to go through these votes in the House and Senate?
Absolutely. I mean, this is, you know, he was hiding behind the Congress. At the same time, if you have an ongoing investigation, you can't then release the files, which is why he pushed the Department of Justice to launch a new investigation. But you're totally correct. I mean, the president, who is not given to recognizing the prerogatives of the Congress, all of a sudden became an advocate of congressional power. And so he's trying to slow walk this. And I think he's going to try to slow walk it until he can turn this into a Democratic disadvantage, which he's been very cagey at framing issues by constantly, you know, invoking the same refrain. I don't think this is going to work with Epstein, but you're correct. He could have done this all on his own.
And lastly, I wanted to get your take on this being the unifying issue, it seems, between Democrats and Republicans. We've got Marjorie Taylor Greene, MAGA, as MAGA as they get, standing there with Democrats, pushing for the release of the files, supporting these women. What do you make of that, Jeffrey?
On one hand, I mean, this is sex trafficking. I mean, you know, this is not an 80-20 issue. It's a 100-0 issue of those who are against it versus for it. But if you look beyond Donald Trump's flash and his controversies, at the root of MAGA is a widespread sense on both sides of the political aisle in America that you have a lot of elites who are able to float above the rule of law and break rules and make money as much as they want. And I think that's the key to understanding both the Epstein case and why Trumpism has gained resonance. And there's a populism on the right, which is Trumpism, and a populism on the left. And both are united by this sense that elites don't follow the same rules that govern everyone else. And this is going to be, if Democrats are going to win in 26 and win in 28, they're going to have to ride this wave on their issues.
Jeffrey Bloodworth is a political analyst. Jeffrey, glad to have you with us again this morning.
Thank you.